Just watch this video. I feel like they're kind of leading to where you're leading to. Let me see what they're talking about. What is this? What are you showing me? Why would you link me Street Fighter shit when I'm trying to get spooky? Oh my god, bro, I can't
Sean, you talk like this, but when a demon in your crib tearing up your cheeks, what you saying next?
Why the fuck is a gay-ass demon tearing up my cheeks? There are no homosexual demons, I want you to know that, bro. Why my ass be the first thing a nigga going for, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know, bro. Why y'all envision me getting assaulted by a supernatural entity that I cannot fight back against is the craziest fantasy that I don't know why some of y'all keep entertaining in my mind. I don't know why y'all keep doing that or saying that. I don't get it. Why does it have to be the cheeks? I don't know. I don't know. But in reality, if a nigga was trying to possess, you had a higher chance of a demon trying to possess you, you know what I'm saying, than trying to molest you, okay? Let's just get that out the way right now. He wants to take over your body. He don't want to be inside you that way.
Why can't demons be gay, Sean?
I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying it'd be unusual. Generally, the ones that be possessing people be straight. I don't know, though. Maybe sometimes they don't care who they possess. I don't know. I'm just saying. That's just a crazy thing to just assume. Possess you to be gay. All right, bro. You're just doing too much.
You act like you not scared, but what you doing when a demon is raiding your fridge and leaving all the lights on?
I really don't give a fuck, bro. Sometimes my fridge be empty. Like, you're not really taking much, bro. You're a demon. Why are you eating food? You don't even need shit. You just being extra at this point.
Wait, why admits unusual? What data do you have on that?
I don't know. The data that they be having in the books. Ghost homophobia. All right, bro. You hate Mexicans and gay ghosts now. Y'all don't even know anything about ghosts. Y'all don't even know that they're not called ghosts. It's called spirit, dumbass. Just dumb niggas, bro. Being uneducated as per usual.
Have you ever seen a movie trailer that scared you more than most full movies?
No. Oh! Why did it... Alright, hold on. I'm gonna watch it from back here. No. Hold on. I got hot out of nowhere. No, the thumbnail. It was the YouTube algorithm that put... It was a YouTube algorithm that put shit back in
What if it's a Mexican demon?
Have y'all not seen La Llorona or whatever the fuck that one movie is? No, it didn't. It was the fact that it just stopped like that. Wait, what? I should have proved. Wait, let me pre-watch. Let me pre-watch real quick.
Have you ever seen a movie?
Why did it do that though? Like, what the fuck? Why is it slow, bro? Why did he keep doing this? I don't feel like I should watch this video. Okay, let me watch it anyway. Fuck it.
Trailer that scared you more than most full movies? Well, that recently happened to me. Some time ago, I was looking at the YouTube channel Neon, and I was looking for a trailer for a movie that, wasn't a horror movie. It's not important right now. But while I was looking, I stumbled upon this video. It didn't have a title. It didn't say what it was exactly. It was just this ominous sentence, and I was like, what the hell is this? So I clicked on it.
It's my daughter.
This was sort of like opening Pandora's box. Expecting a movie trailer, I watched this thing, and what I got was different.
Oh, we watched this.
I gotta be quiet.
We watched this trailer, chat, and I want to go see this movie. I don't remember when it came out, but I'm get your head ready. What are you talking about?
Here you just see a picture that's slowly being zoomed in while you get a very vague 911 call that already is eerie. A man describes that he's seeing something that's clearly scaring him, and it's his own child.
But it's not my daughter.
Which, the thought of that alone is horrifying. It's not focusing on smaller details, but just giving you a creepy idea. A father being scared, genuinely, like, crapping his pants because of his own daughter. I really had no idea what I had just watched, but that made me want to find out more. Then I watched this other trailer, and it doesn't really help a lot. I still don't know what the hell this movie is about, but at least I'm seeing something that's being pulled from a film, so that was at least something. I did find out what the movie was called. It was called Longlegs. And this video ends with this shot.
I don't remember
When
that.
I first saw this frame, it really unsettled me. In fact, I'm looking at it now and it's creeping me out even more. I didn't even know what I was looking at here. Was this like a person with a blanket over them? Were they trying to censor something out of the film? Like, you know, this is going to be so scary, we're just going to black it out. Well, it didn't turn out to be any one of those things. When I later scrolled through Google, I eventually saw this picture that was a little bit brighter, and I felt like I could see something in this blackness.
That's Photoshop.
At first I wasn't sure what it was, but all of that changed when I was on Reddit and I saw this. This scared the absolute crap out of me. It was the first thing to genuinely give me like a sleepless night that I've seen in years. I haven't had something scare me like this since I've seen Sinister. And it's a different kind of...
Why do y'all keep like Sinister is not a scary movie? What did y'all see in that movie? I saw nothing. Only thing that scared me was that loud ass fucking lawnmower. Nothing else scared me.
It doesn't have to do with jump scares or even loud noises or anything like that. It's just giving you that very, very ominous feeling that makes you think that you don't know what could happen next. In fact, having to research this stuff made me feel I was Ethan Hawke in Sinister.
I didn't feel like that. Come on, dude. I won't say trash movie. It was entertaining to some degree. It just wasn't like, yo, oh my God, I don't know what's about to happen next. Like, when these niggas moved, I knew it wasn't over. Lawnmower scared Sean because he thought there was a Mexican close. Oh my God.
Actually figured out a way to make the horror jump off the screen.
What the fuck are these feet? Oh, my fault.
And invade your personal life. The movie manipulates you into looking for the scary stuff. And when you find it yourself, it's infinitely more effective. I'm not watching the trailers at this point. I'm just browsing the internet, trying to like satiate my need for information, and I stumble upon this. What the hell? The marketing strategy for this movie is kind of creepy on its own because it forces you to find more information, and that discovery process makes the experience very unique and also individual to you. Finding this picture...
Why do you keep showing this nigga, bro?
...is more terrifying.
I get it. He's black.
...than anything you'll see in a movie because it involves you seeking it out. None of this asks you to look for answers. The movie doesn't even tell you to watch it or anything. It's not trying to sell itself. I think that's the biggest difference, is that Longlegs is not trying to get you to watch the movie. It's just showing you something mysterious, and it leaves so many unanswered questions that it practically forces you to look at more of it. It's very effective here because we don't know what we're supposed to be afraid of. This kind of contradicts the video that I did previously, but both of these things work very well.
Still haven't watched Up. Or Don't. Or Nope. That was the name of the movie, my fault.
This to me is the epitome of the fear of the unknown. One thing that made Longlegs seem very interesting was the director, Oz Perkins. I didn't instantly recognize the name, but I knew it sounded familiar, and that was because Psycho stars Anthony Perkins as the serial killer, and yes, that is the director's father, and he definitely knows how to terrify us. And after looking a little bit more, I feel confident in saying that this movie has one of the most unique and terrifying approaches for marketing that I've seen in a long time. But what makes Longlegs marketing raise that feeling of true fear? The challenge I think a lot of horror movies face nowadays is that we have become so much used to the structure not only of full movies, but the trailers.
That was crazy. This was fucking insane. Cause like, why did they do this in the trailer? Axe to the back out of nowhere? And what is she looking at? They gotta have the whole scene for this shot completely silent before he comes in with the axe. Because this was insane. As a trailer, like, why? What do you mean you? She's watching your chat. Okay, bro.
is that we have become so much used to the structure not only of full movies but the trailers as well. If I were to ask you what movie scared you the most like 10, 12 years ago, I wouldn't doubt that a lot of people would say Insidious, which I'm not saying that in any kind of a judgy way. I remember when that movie came out and everybody was terrified of it. It felt like, you know,
That was funny. I did watch the first Insidious then. I remember this scene. They had some decent scenes in Insidious. But I think most people would have said 10 years ago they would have been like The Conjuring or something like that.
they made the horror movie. But of course,
But it was like same universe type situation.
audiences changed and tastes changed, and the things that we found scary 15 years ago isn't the same stuff we find scary today. Yet most horror movies have kind of remained the same. This is what I think allowed studios like A24 and now also Neon to become very interesting.
See, here we go with the A24. You know, y'all know how. Like, see, I'm trying not to go there. I'm trying my best to keep it, you know, calm. Because at the end of the day, every studio, you know what I'm saying? Every company has its time, and it's just A24's time, you know. But I'm not hating on A24. I'm just saying, like, I think there's a level of hype factor that goes into the films when there is knowledge that they are producing or coming out with another endeavor. That's all.
Hereditary was scary. Get over it, nigga.
It wasn't, but it's okay. It's okay that you found it to your spooktacular liking, and I think that's fine. Examples? Well, I mean, I'm not going to tell you about Midsummer because I haven't seen Midsummer. I'm not going to give my opinion on Midsummer because I haven't seen it.
You know what movie I actually
However,
thought was wild and some scary shit? Apostle on Netflix. That shit was wild.
Still haven't watched it yet. I think that was about that preacher or whatever, right? Or am I tripping? I might be tripping. But nonetheless, watched Hereditary, wasn't scary at all to me. Was it still a good watch? Yes, I still enjoyed the movie, but I didn't find it scary. Same thing with Talk to Me. I thought Talk to Me was a great movie about grief and pain and loss, and about feeling a desire to connect with someone that you hold to a very high love standard in your life. But did I think it was a scary movie? No. Did it put any shock into my system? No. Was I spooked? No. Did I go to sleep wondering? No. It was just very dreadful, and it was depressing, and it was sad, and it was good, but it wasn't scary. It's a bunch of movies that I feel like A24 does like that, where it implies things that someone can be afraid of, but like the overall design of the movie itself is like, it's building up for something that doesn't like get it. Like, I don't feel like I'm ever paid off for watching a scary movie off A24. I don't feel like I ever get a payoff. Like the end of The Witch, like I kind of know at the end of it, okay, this is what's going to happen. The father's fears and everybody's fears are kind of correct. They push her to that reality anyway. That's what she is. That's what she is. Hereditary, you know where it's going to go. You know where it's going to end up. It's not shocking. And I feel like there's a bigger takeaway from the movies that they make than just the horror itself. So they still do end up doing a decent job at making a film, but making it scary is just where I just lose interest. I need something to really really shock, along with being a good movie. You need both, obviously. You need both.
And I feel like this trailer sort of learns from the mistakes of horror movies past. I remember when Hereditary came out, or The Babadook, and the trailers for it were nothing at all what the movie seemed like. They tried marketing those movies like they were very generic horror movies, and then audiences were very disappointed when they found out that it was far more elevated horror. But this movie...
I guess he could use that word to describe it. But I need a combination.
Sean, you know what show was freaky as well? Midnight Mass. Mike Flanagan is an absolute genius.
Okay, but we already know about Midnight Mass. Well, unless I'm thinking of the other one. I think it's the same ones that were doing like The Haunting of Hill House or whatever. But I heard that Midnight Mass wasn't nearly as well put together from what I remember. What was the one that was after? It was one that came after. It was like three of them. I just forgot. Bly Manor, that was one. That was one. So it was Bly Manor, Midnight Mass, and The Haunting of Hill House were the three. Or is Bly Manor a different one? Wait, now it's the House of Usher. Midnight Mass isn't really horror. Hill House is horror. Yeah, Hill House has like a I think Hill House has a decent enough story for you to follow while still trying to be horror at the same time. That's why I feel like I could get through that, and I was invested. You know what I mean? Because I was like, okay, well, like, how does all this connect? Like, how does the sister tie into the whole shit? I mean, what about the mom, and how does the father and the other siblings get connected in it? It's like, what issues do they have? Like, it was a nice story outside of just, the horror shit. But now I feel like when it comes to movies and films, I need a good story first. Like, I feel like you should have that anyway, but like I feel like a mystery story along with horror elements would spook me over a straight horror story. Because if I don't get that, I end up just getting elevated horror like he says, or artistic horror that is like implied or leaves much to be desired, or has one of those ending explained as, you know what I'm saying, videos attached to it that somebody needs to watch to fully get the concept. And I don't like that, you know? I like the mysterious horror elemental additions if I really want a movie to be something that I find spooky or something that I will return to. Like the movie he's referencing right now, I'm not going back to watch Hereditary again. I'm not going back to see that again. I'm not. The form your own interpretation endings seem lazy. I don't think that they're always lazy. I just feel like it's an easy scapegoat. Because I'm not going to say the movie's not complete. It's just, it's an easy way to not be traditional in terms of beginning, middle, close, beginning, middle, end. You know, I never feel complete when I'm watching them most times.
It doesn't feel afraid to be weird. It doesn't feel afraid to push you away, and that makes it so damn interesting. It seems like today a lot of studios are trying to target a younger demographic. You can see that with horror movies constantly trying to get like PG-13 ratings or cutting out anything that is like very violent to get those like 16-year-olds in the movie theater. But I don't think that this means that audiences can't handle more mature stories, and that is what this movie seems like it's not afraid of telling, going for an R rating. In an environment where everything kind of feels the same and follows rules and formulas, something like this really stands out.
Now, I didn't even see that when I watched the trailer. Even though it seems like pretty clear and obvious, like there's a figure in the darkness or whatever, like I didn't see that. 16-year-olds are idiots and will watch anything? Really? I don't remember being like that at 16. What was I watching when I was 16 though? I don't remember. I don't think I had the perspective on horror that I have now when I was 16 though. It's hard to say. Nigga said porn. Okay, here we go, bro.
And follows rules and formulas, something like this really stands out. Now, I don't know if a general audience will like this. I honestly highly doubt it, because this doesn't even try to feel like it's creepy or scary. It feels messed up and disturbed. That's what I'm getting here.
Yeah, but that's what's scary. Maybe, I don't know, does the general public not think that disturbing shit isn't scary? I don't mean just gore for the sake of gore. Like, I mean something that builds upon a creepy concept and then progressively fleshes itself out throughout the movie with scares that aren't so obvious and aren't so overt or just like intentionally jump scary and cheap, and it has a payoff. Like, would the general population not agree to disturbing shit being scary that keeps you up at night? It's called psychological horror. I mean, somebody getting axed in the back isn't really psychological, but if it adds to the graphic elements or eeriness of the movie itself, like that's hinted at in the beginning of the movie, and then it's a payoff by the time she actually receives the axe to the back, then okay, like, you got me. Give me a payoff. I just don't know. I don't know how many what do you call them, subgenres of horror there are.
So with this perspective, then how do you describe Hereditary as disturbing and not scary?
Well, because I don't think it's scary. Like, Hereditary hints at there being this passing down of spiritual quote-unquote warfare throughout the whole movie. By the time we get to the mom, it's not a crazy idea to think that she's going to be possessed next, and then it ultimately will pass on to one of her children. It's a payoff in terms of the movie itself. Like, they did a good job in making that movie what it was, but I don't think it was a scary thing, and I really don't even think it could be disturbing. Yeah, especially with some of the scenes, especially the desk and the beheading, both of them. But I didn't walk away from that like feeling like I needed to see it again, or feeling like I needed to show somebody it because it was that graphic or it was that mind-boggling or hard to follow. I don't feel like it was that at all. I just thought it was a film that had a good concept. It built on it well. As far as it being scary, nah, I don't think it was scary. Wait, he gave the bird a dick? I did see that. I hate niggas who say gore is crazy or scary. Yeah, I mean, look, I get it. It's so hard to convince people what's scary or not. We all got our own, you know what I'm saying, things that we gonna find scary, but it's just so hard. That don't mean, like, don't get me wrong, it's not hard to get me to jump or to flinch.
If I'm watching horror, I want to be scared but also scared in my mind. I'm probably describing psychological horror, especially in anime.
Yeah, I need something to, we know, all right, you on dick, as per usual, but I'm saying, like, I gotta walk away from the movie thinking about it for a minute. Like, man, that fucked me up. I've watched YouTube videos that had certain vocal manipulations when they were saying certain lines that have stuck with me for years that I refuse to watch again because the concept of what was being said in the particular short film itself was just too much. But with a movie, I can't even give y'all a movie. Nigga said that one Chance the Rapper music video. Some people thought about Nope apparently when they left. Yeah, different strokes for different folks. I haven't seen Nope yet. What's my top 5 scary movies? Have I seen Malignant? Nigga. Malignant. I had a different expectation of Malignant before I went into the movie versus while I was watching it. I didn't know it was going to end up being like that. It was funny. It was funnier than it was scary. Hellraiser is a great example of a good concept for a movie, but it just isn't scary. Yeah, I feel like I'm watching good thrillers, bro. But they're marketed as scary and disturbing, and oftentimes they aren't. But my top 5 scary movies, I don't know. Because they just wouldn't even fall into my own criteria. The opinions that I have on scary movies, I've only developed within probably the last year or so. So I don't even think I have a top 5 anymore. I don't even have a movie that I could give you that scared me the most. But concepts that I think have the potential to be built upon more are like that one movie that I showed y'all, The Watcher. I don't think the movie itself was that scary, but the concept of it and somebody following you that long, and if you see certain scenes within the movie, okay, boom, you got me. I'm reeled in. And real life concepts, like make real life scary again.
But it also stops people who want to see a cliche horror movie from buying a movie ticket. Because the marketing shouldn't try to appeal to everyone and just try to sort of trick people into going into the movie theater, but it should also act as a filter. It says who this movie is for, but most importantly, who this movie isn't for. So it doesn't attract a bunch of people who will end up hating it either way. It reminds me of The Witch. I don't know if you guys remember the first trailer, but it was also very, very vague. It was the scene where Anya Taylor-Joy is playing peekaboo with a baby, and eventually it's gone. Leaving the unanswered mystery is what sticks with you the longest.
That's really not that. That implies a lot, though. It might not imply possession, but it implies where the fuck did the baby go? I feel like you don't have to be as overt in implying that this movie is going to be a little fucked up when you show a baby's missing. After she played peekaboo, what the fuck is fast enough to grab a baby out from underneath a grown/teenager while she's playing peekaboo with it, and then it just disappears into the woods? What the fuck happened? I feel like that implies enough disturbing shit without having to show you a witch on camera, you know? Like that does so much already.
One very notable thing is the structure of the trailer. It's so common nowadays to see a movie trailer and you see the entire story spoiled in it. And you kind of feel like you've already seen half or 3/4 of the entire thing. But Longlegs does the exact opposite. I don't have a clue what this movie is about. I don't even know what the story is, and like I said, one of the trailers doesn't even give you the name for the movie. Instead of giving you a bunch of random story details to try to raise your interest, this movie seems to more give you an idea for what you will feel like while watching it.
That's cool, but they also show that she gets an axe to the fucking back. Do I need to watch the trailer? I might need to watch the trailer
again. I really
again.
wanted to love Witch, but it was missing one big scare moment to really finish the movie off right. But it really came.
It was still a fucked up movie because she was ostracized by her whole family at one point and was basically left with the decision to entertain Lucifer at the end. Like it wouldn't have made any sense for her to turn anywhere else at the end of the movie, kind of showing that she was forced into witchhood to a degree. It was a sad movie more than it was a scary one, but the nigga dying to a fucking goat, I just like, dude, what am I supposed to take out of this? It's a good story, I feel like, on its own, The Witch is, but like, what the fuck do I want? What do I want with this? Hold on, let me see if I can watch this again to see what he's trying to see. Okay, that was scary. The fuck is Arcadian?
We just need to start over to basics like 1978 Halloween Just or OG Chainsaw Massacre.
Like, I feel like as soon as you show the cross, you imply enough. Like I feel like this movie isn't going to be like isn't unique enough to avoid the tropes of common paranormal somewhat activity to a point where you can't be like, okay, well, from this I can gather we going to be playing with some spiritual shit a little bit at least, But we're drawing upside down triangles and fucking sixes. Like, it's not that vague. I know what I'm getting into. Does it market itself well still? I believe so. He's building babies in the basement. You know what? Now I get it. I just understood everything now. I didn't even peep what the fuck this was. She's an investigator, and she's doing research on a family who was murdered, and she finds out more and more details, and as she's finding out more, she ends up getting these weird interact. I didn't even know that until I just watched it just now. I didn't know that. But regardless, it doesn't fucking matter. It implies that she's going to have some complications in her own personal life by just going near the story itself. Just researching it is enough to get her possessed or some shit. I didn't know that going into. I didn't know. It's my first time watching it, basically. But he's basically saying you can't gather any of that from the trailer, and you 100% can. Oh, wait, I see it now. Why didn't I see that before, though? You could literally see it. I can see the fucking red eyes. It's not even black. You can literally see it. Whoever needed to high res that, I don't know. You can literally see it right now. The first shot hides the eyes. No, it doesn't. You can see the red right now. I can see it right here. Everything is given to you. Everything. It's all given to you. It's all there. You hate it? You can kind of see it. You can 100% see it. I see both your bum ass eyes, your little bitch ass nose. I can even see your little mouth right here, you dumb ass demon. This is still scary though. That's spooky. That's spooky right there. Now, I don't know who walking in her house. Clearly, her whole life is possessed because she decided to start, you know what I'm saying, looking at the case. I still like it though. That don't mean it's not gonna be good. I think it's still got the potential to be a really good film.
Are you still saying your prayers?
What the fuck? There's more?
Our prayers protect us from the devil.
The only thing I hate about the brain is how you capture images against your will. Like those flashes that you thought you couldn't see, you definitely saw them. That's the fucked up part about the brain. That's why I really feel like consent should be a different type of story. Like, what if something flashed beyond my speed of perception, and I couldn't register what I saw, but I definitely still took it in. You know what I mean? I didn't consent to all of that. Need one of these movies these days that adds the sound of someone eating someone alive while the credits play. Shit would make everyone feel uncomfortable. Yeah, uncomfortable, but unsettled. Like, the only way I would like somebody to be eaten alive at the end of a movie is if it was the main character and they ended up not being able to get away from, like, the villain or whatever, and then they find the villain in their back seat. Or they find the villain that they thought they killed still alive, and then they getting eaten. And the whole thread of the whole movie was them being eaten the whole time or something like that. That would be cool. I like that then. Her eyes kind of lighten into the shit. Yeah, a little bit. We should make a movie. Here you go. What you mean, what the fuck? Oh. Might not be scary to some, but the final destination... Yeah, we're not even doing it. I can't even entertain you. Can't even entertain it. Final Destination is like Scream to me. Just nothing. Just... You might as well just take the main villain and just like leave some shit behind. I don't even know. I never in my life. That did nothing for me.
So the funny shit is, there are two movies that really freaked me out back in the day, which is kinda comical to say now since the genre is understood now. Paranormal Activity 1 and The Fourth Kind. Those joints really got to me cause I didn't get what I was watching.
Right. Expectation plays a lot into those things too. But the first Paranormal was a good watch. It was entertaining and they hadn't overdone the concept yet. After that, I think did I watch all the Paranormal Activities? I think I did. I think I stopped at the marked ones though. I think the marked one was the Hispanic one. That's not why I stopped. It's just I don't remember what came after that.
Final Destination traumatized me. I was scared of a plane. Till this day planes are scary.
Yeah, but planes not gonna not be scary regardless. So whether the movie came out and you consumed it or not, the reality still existed. You feel me? That wasn't why I stopped watching. I just didn't like what came after that. There's a fourth, the Paranormal Activity. Let me see. I said the Paranormal Activity. Paranormal Activity. What's the most recent one? What the fuck? They giving me all types of shit. I didn't ask for this. Oh my god. What's the name of the movie? Is Paranormal Activity 4? What the fuck she got? This was 11 years ago. Number 4 came out 7 years ago? This should say 2012. How many of these did they make?
Final Destination had that nigga from the Eminem Stan video.
Bro, chill. Outside of the movie context, I don't think planes are scary at all. Well, the dangers for them exist, but yeah, planes themselves aren't scary. What can happen is scary, but let's not think about that, especially while you're on the plane. Hulk movie scared the fuck out of me when I was 8. I'm not talking about y'all being unreasonably.
The Hulk movie scared TF out of me when I was 8.
Not talking about.
Ended up in the hospital the same night.
I'm not
talking. I thought I'll become the Hulk. I'm
not talking about cases where y'all are unreasonably and unjustifiably afraid of regular nigga shit. And I don't even know why you ended up in the hospital. If that had no relation to the Hulk, then why did you tell me that? Inside the penis, how an erection works. Why is this on my feed? Why is this on my feed? Niggas saying Spider-Man 3 church scene. Yeah, bro, it's time to move on, bro. Let's hope I get spooked out soon. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, okay.
Candyman was another one.
Untrue. But I will say that, like I said before, my sisters and I did Candyman, and I think the Candyman challenge was way more scary than the movie itself. Dog scene? What does that mean? What the fuck is that?